I'm still thinking about Scintillus's mic check. That is I chose
that might be one of the
bit.
funnier things I've ever heard.
Welcome back, everybody, to the episode of the Common Ground Podcast, your favorite podcast. We talk about your favorite format, Pauper. I am your co-host, Cameron Schindler. This is episode 99. The year I was born, the year of the rabbit, the year the world got a little bit better. I am joined by my co-host, Thomas Nefarious Gun. What's up?
Nefarious. What brings about? I'm doing well. I'll get into how well I am in a second. What brings about nefarious this evening?
Dude, if I'm being on, that means like deception, like kind of like sneaky, right?
I mean, I don't know. I think sometimes I like to channel a little, Scar from Lion King vibe. I kind of dig that vibe a little bit every once in a while. I can be a little nefarious, but then I also I'm a big Jeremy Irons performance fan.
Same.
His performances are incredible.
One of my favorite movies says Jeremy Irons is the antagonist in the movie.
Oh, which one?
Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Oh, okay.
He's the main antagonist.
Okay, gotcha. But no, I'm well. I went to some work friends hosted a Lord of the Rings watch party yesterday. I was telling James about it.
Cool.
Just a few minutes ago. And there was hair braiding, so my hair's still kind of in some braids, and there was
really
cool. Food all day split up among different courses. Like I walked in and they were halfway through second breakfast, and then sandwiches were put out for 11sies, and then I left to do some errands, and I came back and they were halfway through a charcuterie board for lunch, and tea and crumpets and biscuits and pastries for tea time.
So it was an all-day thing.
An all-day thing. They actually rented a projector screen and projector from the company we all work for, and had it set up outside. So there was a screen outside in the kitchen for people who were working on preparing food, like off and on throughout the day, and one in the living room. It was great. It was so much fun.
That is sick.
Yeah, it was really, really fun. We had a great time, and I had
idea.
lots of food. It was great.
That's really cute.
Yeah, and I contributed to some of the food, and also I brought in some. I dug out some of my Barcelona stamped Lord of the Rings draft cards, and I brought a few of some. I brought Second Breakfast and Smite the Deathless and some cool movie moments of cards that I just had in a box, and so I handed them out as party favors, and people thought they were really cool. And yeah, that was cool.
That's super. I like that.
Yeah,
that's a smart thing to do. Just bring a little bit of magic into that. I love that. And Hana show was Friday, right?
It was incredible.
How was that? I got in super late last night, so I didn't get to even watch along or anything.
No, it was incredible. I want to say thank you. I don't know if anyone here was able to purchase a ticket. I know Dustin came out because we had talked about it on the pod, and Carson was there, and a whole bunch of my friends from work, and a bunch of Hana's friends, and yeah, it was great. It was a great night.
Really cool. Katie told me it was very incredible.
Yeah, it was so special. Shout out to Hana. She's the GOAT. We might have the link up somewhere at some point if folks are interested, but and if anyone else here watched the live stream or caught the live stream at all, appreciate it. Thank you. It was great.
Actually,
it was really special. A really, really fun night. Thank you for asking.
Hell yeah. Sounds like a great weekend.
Also
finally. Joined by James Doofenshmirtz. Hieronymus, how are you doing, buddy?
Doofenshmirtz? The heck does
Bless
that
you.
even... Yeah, Kazun.
Have you ever seen Phineas and Ferb?
No, I never did. I wasn't a Disney kid.
Yeah. Really?
I wasn't a Disney Channel kid. I was a Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon kid.
I think I was an everything kid, so I get you. But how are you doing?
I am doing all right. Thank you. I am doing quite all right.
Heck yeah. Any good weekend recap real quick, too?
Pretty chill weekend. On the whole. Didn't do a ton. Actually went to Buc-ee's today. Made a little up to Kentucky. Made a little impromptu Buc-ee's trip today.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That's fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was great. So I'm recording remotely for the listeners. I am in South Dakota again. My brother had a little diaper keg party, so I flew out for that. Really exciting. It's my first time being an uncle, so I'm excited for that. And it was really nice. Just got good reason to get family together because it doesn't happen a lot since like my grandpa passed away, and he was like the glue that really kept everybody together. That's like something like we didn't really like realize in the moment, but it's like something like the younger generation. So like me and my cousins are just like, man, it's stupid. We need to see each other a lot more than what we do currently. So
that's really nice.
I tell people. Yeah, it was really eye-opening too when you get to see everybody, and everyone's always like, "Oh, how's Nashville? Big city, how's Nashville?" And some of them were spread out. Some of them are like in Omaha, so it was just like, well, if you ever want to come to Nashville, it's like you have a place to stay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hippo. But let's get into it. Do we got any housekeeping first we want to get into? I think should we start this with a funny email?
There's a little bit of housekeeping. I think just the couple of tournaments that we've been mentioning now. The first, it's on November 1st, but it is the second Court of Commons Quarterly with our friends up in Murray, Kentucky at Enchanted Gaming Emporium. That's coming up this coming weekend as you hear this. So it's like a 2-ish hour drive up from the Nashville area if you're listening locally. That should be a good time.
I'll be the judge.
Yes, James is going to be judging. James will be the head judge at this event.
I have to freshen up my comp REL skills. So,
ooh,
I think you'll be just fine.
I think I'll be all right. Yeah,
and you've done work in judging capacity before.
Yeah. I'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll crush it.
And you play a fair amount of Pauper, so you got this.
Yeah, no, I'll be fine.
It'll be fun.
It'll be fun. I'm excited. I was gonna go jam, but I was offered, or I was asked if I would, so I said yeah, sure. So good luck to those battling. I'll be there to judge you.
Literally.
Quite literally.
The only other thing that I have on my radar at the moment, and my apologies if there have been a couple sent in or not, the only other one on my radar at this exact moment is the Common Ground Cup coming to you on January 31st, Saturday, January 31st at Game Night in Columbia, Tennessee. It is the third Common Ground Cup, and it's going to be a banger.
Somebody either can beat the black-green streak or join the black-green streak.
Yeah.
Again, the third cup in a row where the second cup in a row where the reigning champion will not be there.
Yep.
Because there's no reigning champion at the first one.
It's true.
So the but
we're continuing a trend of not having the reigning champion. There you go.
And let's have another black-green deck win. That'd be funny.
That would be kind of funny.
I'll have to try pretty hard.
Yeah, right now.
Don't see it. Well, it would probably be something like Spy, I think. I think that's a reasonable black-green deck to potentially take it down.
Unless somebody's just a master at the gardening.
That's also true.
Say gardens and you just get like a big terror bracket or something.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah. Speaking of terror.
Nice one.
Thank you.
How do we want to start this? Do we want to read this email first?
Read the question.
I like reading the email because it's really funny because we didn't plan, we had this planned.
What do you mean? We quite literally had this planned.
Yes. I mean, we didn't have it planned based on his email, is what I meant to say.
Correct.
Okay, that sounds wrong. We had this planned already, and then Elliot happened to email us, and because we'll make jokes alluding to Bant Terror, and I have the email pulled up in front of me that says, from Elliot, let's make this happen. What's the white for? Our main interaction could be bounce and counter spells in blue. Green provides weather for resilience, and maybe white cards provide enchantment cards for removal. Seems like building around terror isn't the way to go. I agree. That's me saying I agree. But maybe Bant could be great with a different creature suite. Bant Fae, Core Skyfisher. So, Elliot sent that email, and we kind of chuckled because we had this Bant Terror episode already planned. So, the three of us came to the table with a spicy deck list.
I don't know. I don't know. Mine is not spicy.
Mine's pretty spicy. I like mine a lot, actually.
It's pretty. It was the first time I saw our list, or I just saw your list just now.
Yes.
A second ago, and I was just cracking up because Thomas and I were pretty much on the same playing field, but you went a slightly different direction than I. These deck lists will be in the description below.
Yes.
We'll make Hippo. Make a Moxfield link so we can put it on there because he likes to handwrite things out or put them in his notes like a silly goose. Honk,
I do
honk.
like to make notes.
Shall we just get into it? Who wants to go into their deck first?
I do wanna set the stage a little bit more in that we've been making jokes about this Bant Terror
since
deck
the very beginning.
Since the very beginning of the podcast.
It was very early on.
Probably within the first 5 episodes.
So this is a little bit of a holy crap, it's episode 99. Let's just do this joke thing that we've joked about for so long. And Elliot being a longtime listener, having calling us out of all right, come on guys, are we still really joking about this? Yes, we're still joking about this because we decided we wanted this to be episode 99 so long ago. So we had to keep up the joke, and now we're here. We hope you enjoy. This is going to be another brewing, bringing brews to the table kind of episode, and talking about the brewing process and iterating and analysis and stuff, and also with a grain of salt that these are also kind of more joke meme for fun decks, not necessarily trying to 5-0 a league or top 8 your locals or anything like that, but trying to have fun with the spirit of the joke, I think.
And again, it's Pauper. A good exercise that Pauper is a brewer's format, and you could do well with a weird pile like this. I genuinely think these could win games of Magic. Probably not more efficiently than Mono Blue Terror, but they could win games of Magic.
So since you want to compare things to Mono Blue Terror, I think mine is the closest to this.
Yeah,
and
let's start with you, brother.
I'll get us started. So let's go over some of the things that I have that actually make this the Bant Terror deck.
Yes, because everyone's what's the white for?
Yeah,
because you can think of
that's a great
stuff.
question.
Yeah.
So in my list, I have 2 different white cards in my list. One of them because I think it's actually a very good card in general, and the other one is because I think it is good with the game plan that you're already doing. So the cards that are Thraben Charm, 2 copies of it, just a solid card. We've seen how good that card is. It just has a bunch of modes.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Feeling of Dread. So for those who do not know, this card won a Pro Tour. I don't know if anybody knows that.
It did.
It did, in fact, win a Pro Tour. Pro Tour
Avacyn Restored.
You're right. This is the Miracle from the Miracles deck.
Alexander Hayne
won the, yeah. So, Feeling of Dread, 1 and a white for instant, says tap target creature, or up to 2 target creatures, actually. And then it has a flashback for 1 and a blue. Tap up to 2 target creatures. So, cool thing is that your deck is also just the normal Mental Note Thought Scour deck, so you just have the option of just binning these and these just being a thing that you can use from the graveyard. So, there's that. The green comes from 2 other different cards. I've got 4 Moments Peace.
I like that include a lot.
I think this is really, again, this fits into the Moments Peace fits
really
into the the Thought Scour Mental Note space. And then I also have Growth Spiral.
Yeah.
Just putting you, it's a card that you can just play at instant speed, so you can always hold something up and you're still doing something and being proactive. Putting lands in play is obviously not a bad thing with your deck that doesn't only play so few lands. So to facilitate all these wonderful, really hideous mana base, I'm sure that you can imagine, is 4 Lorien Revealed holding the room together. Gotta have those ways to search those typed duels that I've also put in the mana base with some number of islands to back that up, and you're can't go without terror without there being some number of counterspells and dispels and brainstorms going in there. Brainstorm also pretty good if you want to set up some of your 2 cards that are really good in the yard to bend them over with the Mental Notes and Thought Scours, and then the usual creature suite here to be seen: 4 Delver, 8 Snakes.
Beautiful.
And then the sideboard, I actually wanted to take more advantage of the Mental Note Thought Scour package, and I have 4 copies of Rare Revelation.
That's really cool because that's both. That's fully
this one digs into
that.
Cool. This one digs into both.
You can cast it the front side too, which normally, if you're just binning it for the green, it's normally in a deck that might not be able to, Dredge, without white fixing or something.
Yeah. For Weather the Storm, card's still good, but you're a little slower version of the deck, I think. Yeah. But that's okay. For Blast of your choice, it doesn't terribly matter. 2 Dispel, just to round out that. 2
I don't think Galvanic could be very good at
whichever blue blast you want to put in your sideboard. There you go. 2 Dispel, got to round out the cheap counter magic just to make sure you can force some stuff through, especially some of these more expensive cards that you've put in your deck, like the Moment's Peace and stuff like that. And then 1 copy, because it's just a pet card of mine, is 1 copy of Holy Light. It's a pretty sweet card. I don't know. I just like it's really good against. It's like I feel like Terror kind of has like an issue with playing against decks like elves and stuff like that.
Oh,
so this is like a really card that's like really good against.
That's really cool. Yeah. That could really help that matchup.
Yep. So there you go. That's
if anything, just for the wicked cool art.
That card is really sick.
Yeah, like you get
it's very cool.
Pastel like oil painting of a guy's butt cheeks. We love it.
It's incredible.
Yep. So there you go.
That's really cool.
That's my quickly put together art off the cuff.
Yeah.
Bant Terror.
Yeah, this is I like that you took that angle of trying to stay as true to like the essence of Terror, but just like splashing a little bit of stuff.
Yeah.
I like that. So I think we have a wide range of leaning into the colors versus that.
I'm, as listeners will know, I'm not the biggest brewer. I kind of try to keep things pretty in line with things that are already existent. So this was kind of my that was my inspiration here.
Hell yeah. It's really cool.
Surprised that I thought for sure all of us were going to have 4 copies of Malevolent Rumble in our deck list.
Yeah, there are no Malevolent Rumbles here.
No, it just doesn't have enough things to hit in my deck, I don't think.
That's true. You only have 12 targets with the...
Yeah, you're not really.
Well, I guess it always hits a land too. You can.
It is a land.
That's better in our lists, though.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. Hitting a land in Terror is probably a little feel bad for unless you're playing Basilisk Gate, of course. But I like the Moment's Pieces a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, Moment's Piece is really really sick. That's a really nice way to maximize the green in the Bant of this. I like that rather than like just add more filler like Malevolent Rumble. No, what's a green like payoff?
Yeah.
Rather thinking about it that way, I thought that was really cool.
Thraben Charm scares me a little bit. That was initially my list, but playing only 12 creatures, I was like, and especially when they're the snacks kind. They're probably good like once you have 2 or 3 snacks in play, then you can just get something out of the way.
Well, even then, I still think like because doesn't Gates also just play copies of Thraben Charm? Because they only play like 11
yeah, but you play
or something like that.
A little bit more, but
it's worth a couple slots for even just the 2 modes of kill an enchantment or
nuke the yard at instant speed is like probably worth on that by itself. Honestly,
it is like it's super versatile card, so you're not wrong there. But
it can only get better as the game goes on, right?
If not,
as
you're
far
probably
as,
losing
the damage mode.
Theoretically, yes, but no, I like it. I missed out. I didn't even think about Growth Spiral. That's a card that I forget's a common all the time.
I love that card.
So that was the card that kind of held or was really pivotal in making like blue-green fog work. So that was a card that was definitely interested in here.
I like it. Thomas, Cameron, who wants next?
That's flip a coin. James, why don't you pass it off? James can pass the torch. We'll leave it up to James.
It sounds like Thomas has got the spiciest thing, so we'll let him go last. Let's hit Cameron.
Okay,
next.
I agree.
Gee, thanks.
oh, geez, guys. So for my deck, I also brought Bant Terror. Crazy.
Whoa! Tell us about your Bant Terror list, Cameron.
I love this.
This is very cool.
I'm also playing 8 snacks in addition to the creatures. I'm playing 14 in total. The 8 snacks, 2 big hooting mandrills. So that's that Delve 4/4 trample from Khans of Turkey originally.
Yep.
And then I'm playing 4 Sacred Cat. So I don't know about y'all. When I was looking for white cards, I'm just thinking like, how the hell am I going to include white cards in this? So I did a Scryfall search for cards of flashback in white. See if there's any cool flashbacks.
Yeah, I did a lot of that. I did a lot of that too.
Yeah. I should have did one for Embalm too. See if there's anything else with Embalm. So for my white cards, I have 4 Sacred Cats and funny enough, 2 Feelings of Dread as well. So that's my only white splash. So like a very, very small.
Similar spaces.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I thought it'd be cool with a cat. Same thing like with like Naya Gates. I have Malevolent Rumble in that as well. So your Malevolent Rumbles can hitch your sacred cats. You don't have to grab them, so it's almost a 2-for-1. A 3-for-1 if you count the spawn as a piece of cardboard too, which I do. So that's kind of cool. I'm playing a swathful of instants and sorceries. I have 3 Lorien Revealeds, 4 Malevolent Rumbles as mentioned, 4 Monstrous Emergent. This card's really sick. I think we talked about in the pod before, maybe with like a Tamer Terror list. It's 1 and a green sorcery. As additional cost to cast a spell, choose a creature you control or reveal a creature card from your hand. This card deals damage equal to the power of the creature you chose or the card you revealed to target creature.
That is sweet.
So it's a fight spell, or a bite. It's a bite, but your target, like your creature can fizzle. Like if they kill your terror on board in response to this, it's still doing the damage to the other creature.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a sweet card.
Which is super cool.
Yeah, and it's good before you have the terror in play too, because you can just reveal the terror and still be able to deal 5 damage to something for 2 or 6 for 2 mana. Like that's really good. I was playing this out of my board in the standard Tolarian Terror deck that was like all over standard at the beginning of this year that I played at the Spotlight series. Yeah. Like it's good enough. It's good enough for cool. That deck was great. It was good enough for standard. It's certainly strong enough here with the support like this. And this is where I also really like Hooting Mandrills being an additional. We were talking about this before we hit record. Hooting Mandrills being an additional large creature in your hand for Monstrous Emergence makes it even better. And I really like just maxing out on the 4 copies. It's almost like you're
just having one.
It's
more
like
fatty.
your cast down for this deck almost. That's really cool.
It really is. Yeah. And so that's where I didn't choose to put Thraben in my deck, because I felt like that slot was being really taken up by Monstrous Emergence.
Mm-hmm.
So for those, 2 Preordain, 4 counter spells, 2 dispels, also 2 copies of Feeling of Dread. So I'm glad we're on the save wavelength there. That's pretty funny.
That's pretty funny.
2 Grapple of the Past, so
like
it's
that
really
card.
heavy on the mill and pick up a permanent from the yard cards.
I really like
it. It's an instant speed, so you have the choice of, you can hold up quite a bit in this deck, like Counterspell, Dispel, Grapple, and then also 4 Thought Scours to round out my spells.
Yeah.
So I like the salute of spells. A lot of milling, more than regular terror, or slightly more than regular terror, because they just play Thought Scour, Mental Note. This, I have no Mental Notes in this deck. It's just Rumbles, Thought Scours, and then 2 Grapple of the Past, because I figured having more Mental Notes on top of this would be pretty overkill.
Grapple with the Past was in a like a 5-0 Simic Terror list that someone posted like a couple weeks ago, and I thought that was pretty cool.
That is sick. I think maybe that's where I saw it too, and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. But the spicy thing, I'm playing 19 lands, 3 islands, 4 sea gates, 4 manor gates, 4 citadel gates, and 4 basilisk gates, baby. So let's pump those snakes. They're not big enough. Let's make our snacks bigger. And that's what the sacred cats are for, really, is just a good basilisk gate target, just something sticky. And Hooting Mandrills having trample is pretty sick.
Yeah, that is pretty sick, actually.
Sideboard, this would be a cool Armadillo Cloak sideboard, too. So if you're playing Burn, you can put it on your Terror, and you can, because, like, same thing. It's, you put I'm sure you've felt this before, Thomas, where you're playing Burn and your blue-black terror opponent plays unexpected things on a Gurmag Inkler or on a Tolarian Terror, and you're just like, well,
that's why that exact moment is the reason why I always play a random deal 5 instant in my board.
Magmatic
Sinkhole, or like that is the exact reason why I do that for that exact instance. Otherwise I lose to it on the spot.
Yeah. So I just a thought I had now, this would be a really cool, just if you're playing against Burn, you just have 2 or 3 Armadillo Cloaks on the sideboard, and if you just put those on Tolarian Terror, it's just, oh man, that's lights out.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Neat
way to like bring it all together in Bant, like a Terror with a green-white aura on it. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. That'd be really funny.
So unfortunately, in my Googlings of looking up for multicolored cards, all the green like multicolored commons are almost all like either get +1/+1, or it's like a disenchant.
Yeah,
that's it. And I'm like,
there were a lot of disenchants to choose from.
That's kind of lame.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I was looking for mine. I was looking for instance and sorcery specifically. So mine's like a bunch of mine was like a bunch of pump spells and disenchants. That's it.
Yeah, Pauper's known for lacking on the gold card department.
That's true. I mean, for good reason.
I agree. I think that's more of I like that being a feature and not a bug.
Yeah. Makes things more interesting sometimes.
Not super soupy, like if all of the cards were the best, like most powerful cards were two color cards.
And it's hard to play a ton of gold cards, even in Pauper. Even with
really
like a Gates mana base, sometimes it's hard because like you still have to make choices of what color to name. So those mana bases can sometimes bite you in the butt.
That's very true.
And modern like limited design too, they like to put a lot of the signpost draft archetype cards at uncommon rather than common.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's very rare that it isn't until like the Horizon sets or things like that we get a decent amount of gold cards at common.
Yeah. We start getting Writhing Chrysalises, but that's teamer stuff. That's not Bant stuff.
What are we talking about?
My one regret with this list was not getting to play it. I was gonna try to throw this together before I left to play on our Thursday locals, but I just didn't have the opportunity to go to a Thursday locals in 3 or 4 weeks. Just a very busy October.
It's okay, Cameron. I think I'm doing enough winning for the both of us. That's a joke. No.
Okay. Not with Bant Terror though. So I'm just
you got third place the other day.
I've been, but like I think overall in the whole league.
Yeah.
I think I'm first.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm pretty sure I'm first. So
cool.
You could have brought Bant Terror. You could have been champion this.
I could play my Bant Terror list.
Play your list next week.
I don't have all the cards for it.
I would appreciate it.
I don't own Feeling.
I got you. Don't worry.
Damn.
I don't either.
That's okay. I'll soon be able to play my list.
We'll
I think.
Actually, this past week I played.
Yeah. So I have no more thoughts on.
I mean, I think it's really sick. I think it's cool that, spoiler alert, we'll get to this. Cameron and I have some similarities between our lists. I like that you are staying also similar to James, are staying also kind of like lean and mean in the trying to stay close to the essence of Terror, the idea of like what mono blue Terror kind of represents in its game plan. And I like that a lot. And I think naturally with playing the Gates package in 3 colors, you're slowing down a little bit. So I think like even things at 2 mana, like Malevolent Rumble and Grapple with the Past, and Feeling of Dread, totally fine at 2 mana as well. Because like you're gonna be planning to potentially play a longer game in more games than you would with mono blue. So I like that you just kind of like fill out that space really nicely. And this is a really, really good deck for Monstrous Emergence. I love that there are 4 copies here. I definitely wanted to call that out again.
That's probably the coolest part. And I did want to play more than 16 lands in like the traditional mono blue Terror, just because I feel like being a Gates deck and 4 of my lands are colorless, I just want to be hitting my land drops way more consistently than mono blue does. Like mono blue will win games where they stop hitting their 3rd or 4th land drop.
Yeah, and you'll
stop around 3.
You'll mill over a land or 2. Like you're probably not going to get flooded very often anyway, and you have a lot to do with your mana in a Gates deck. So
correct. And like I guess like the thing with mono blue Terror is when you're casting Thought Scours and Mental Notes, you really want to be making sure you're hitting a high density of instants and sorceries.
Yeah, but
I guess that's why I'm playing a little bit more mill. And my mill is milling more than 2 cards at a time. Yeah. Besides my Thought Scours. So I guess there you go. There's a makeup for that. There's a little bit of push and pull. Let's throw it over. Let's give the talking cat to Thomas.
All right.
Here's the talking cat. He's right here.
I'm going to pick up my computer, get it a little closer to me. Okay. All right. So my Bant Terror deck. So I kind of completely reinvented the wheel in a way. In terms of the essence of Bant Terror, I still kind of have the essence of Bant Terror in that there are 8 snakes and 4 delvers, but they look very different. So I took this in the direction. Of how do I really be Bant and here's what we came to. This is a tokens deck at its heart.
I have so many thoughts about what's going on.
Wonderful.
And I have one card I want to add to this so badly.
Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait to hear. So this is a tokens deck. So this is our threat spread. We're making a ton of tokens to do a ton of fun stuff. Our snakes are 4 Tolarian Terrors and 4 Serpentine Curve. So Serpentine Curve is a common from Strixhaven. It is some of you are probably very familiar with this. It's 3 and a blue for a sorcery. It makes a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token and then puts X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is 1 plus the total number of instants and sorceries you own in exile and in your graveyard. So it's always going to be 4 mana, so it's never going to be discounted to like the full discount Cryptic Serpent or Tolarian Terror or anything like that. But it has the opportunity to be far bigger than a terror later on into the game, as well as it's not shut off by things like Relic of Progenitus or Nile Spellbomb exiling your graveyard, because it also counts the instant sorceries you own in exile as well. So it has a chance to remain super huge. Of course, it's more susceptible to bounce or Journey to Nowhere or things like that, but it's a cool card. And so since I went into tokens route, I thought that this made the most sense thematically for the rather than play Cryptic Serpents. And then my Delvers are 4 copies of Cloakwood Swarmkeeper. I've been really inspired by these like green aggro tokens decks that are like starting to pop up. Kalikai's did a red-green tokens video to highlight a list that someone made and trophied with. Really, really cool stuff happening in those kind of areas, and I'm interested in digging in a little bit. So I also made this as an excuse to try out some of these cards and order them because I want them for other things anyway. So there's a little bit of a self-serving nod in here to that, but anyway, Cloakwood Swarmkeeper, single green mana for a 1/1. Whenever 1 or more tokens enter the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Cloakwood Swarmkeeper.
That gets big quick.
It gets big quick. I have my token making suite starts with Many Partings, single green mana sorcery from Lord of the Rings that searches out a basic and makes a food token. So this also helps you gain a little life and then helps you find your fixing. We have Malevolent Rumble, makes a token. Malevolent Rumble, very good in this deck. Cameron also is playing Malevolent Rumble. Part of the white part of this, I have 4 copies of Battle Screech.
This is aggressive.
It is very aggressive. I'm here for it.
I'm very dubious on this one, but
no, I think it's great. And in fact, I'm looking for more ways to play more white creatures. And honestly, this could be a potential deck where the owl from Return to Ravnica, Judge's Familiar potentially gets.
I thought about Judge's Familiar.
Yeah.
I thought about Judge's Familiar in my list. I was like, no, I gotta play Delver.
Right. But if I want to do that, I could potentially go an even more white-centric route, but I wanted Cloakwood Swarmkeeper to be here.
Yeah.
So Battle Screech and then also Raise the Alarm. So we got 4 copies. We got 4 copies of Raise the Alarm here. It's 1 and a white for an instant, but 2 white, 2 1/1 white soldiers tokens into play. Really nice that it's instant speed. There are a couple other options you could play here. The make 5 if you're at 5 life is a sorcery, right?
Gather the
Townsfolk.
It is a sorcery.
Yeah, that one's a sorcery. Same mana cost, but it's a sorcery. But it makes 5 tokens if you're at less than 5 or less life. But
Fateful Hour.
Or Fateful Hour. Yeah, it has the Fateful Hour mechanic. There's also what is it? There's also an Unfinity. That's the space one, right? Unfinity.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, an Unfinity printing that is legal. It's 1 and a white for a sorcery that makes 2 white 1/1 clown robot tokens, and then you roll a die, and if it equal or less than the amount of clowns you have, you get to make a 3rd clown or something. So then if you cast more, you'll have more clowns, and you'll almost guarantee to make 2 mana 3 tokens. But like, Anyway, I chose Raise the Alarm. It's an instant.
That's a good plan.
And also, it makes white creatures, so it helps with your Battle Screech. Battle Screech also is a white sorcery with flashback, and so you kind of have to have some white creatures in play. But
and you won't want to vomit when you cast it, so that's a plus too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it can help you if you mill it. It's totally fine. facilitating more of filling up the graveyard. We got 3 copies of Bushwhack, kind of similar to many partings. Go find your basic, or it can also be used as a fight spell, so it's kind of backup removal there. When your Swarmkeeper's big, your Tolarian Terrors are in play early. 4 copies of Lorien Revealed for a pretty thin selection of targets, but that's totally fine. What else we got going on? Our interactions. Oh, we also have a couple copies of Seed of Hope to also help mill and find your lands and or your creatures. That could also potentially just be Thought Scour. 2 copies of Spell Pierce in the main just to have some interaction. 3 copies of Mana Leak, just because I think the mana requirements in this deck are kind of rough.
I do want to make a note of something that all 3 of us do share, and I think it's the only thing aside from the terrors themselves that we all 3 share, is the copies of Lorien Revealed.
Yes.
That should say a lot.
Yeah, Lorien Revealed is cracked.
Can confirm.
So I have Mana Leak in here for my lack of blue ability, and then I have a couple copies of Might of the Masses. It could also be copies of Gaia's Might. Single green mana instant, target creature gets +1/+1 till end of turn for each creature you control. So you could just randomly grow that like 1 creature on the end, and actually now this is the terror that's gonna kill you. I had a lot of fun with this.
I do really like.
Yeah. This is also a Gates deck.
Yours is a bit more aggressive on how many mana sources you're playing.
Yeah,
you're playing 16.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
you're whack on that.
You know what? Let's just cut these Spell Pierces actually live on the air and add a couple. Add a couple Gates.
I love this, but there's a card that I want you to play so badly.
I need to play Tangled Eyelid. What do you want me to play?
Sprout Swarm.
No, I know. I thought about it. I thought about Sprout Swarm so much. Sprout Swarm is cool, but
you can just let it go. You can just let it go to the yard.
You can.
At some point, it's okay. It's okay to keep it in your hand, but early in the game, you can just let it go to the yard.
It's true.
Get your terror into play if you want to.
I also thought about Sprout Swarm, but what took me off it was that's like an aspect of grind. Like, I'm going to want to grind this game out with the Sprout Swarm, but I think with the Gates package, it allows you to grind, but the goal is not to grind with the Gates package. You do want to pump something up by a lot and just swing in with the game and in the game. So I think the contesting the mana of just pumping Basilisk Gate every turn at a certain point is really important. Like, once you turn that corner, you just want to activate Basilisk Gate every single turn of the game. And with Sprout Swarm, that incentivizes a whole different kind of gameplay where you're not activating the Basilisk Gate.
That's a good point.
So that was the reasoning why I didn't include it in mine, because I also thought about that card, because I love Sprout Swarm.
Yeah, I just got my playset in the mail of Sprout Swarm, so I'm gonna be putting some work into like Cloakwood Swarmkeeper, Sprout Swarm, something. I don't know what, but I have some thoughts.
Cool. Thomas, I can't tell if you cooked a very delicious curry or if you burnt the pan, dude.
Yeah, I know, dude.
I don't either. I'm intrigued though.
I'm also intrigued.
This is definitely spicy.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is very spicy.
I'll call out the sideboard real quick. I have 4 Weather the Storm as my red option. Could be some Blue Blast in here, of course.
You've also got Prismatic Strands.
Yeah, I do have Prismatic Strands. So that's also I also really wanted to play Prismatic Strands somewhere in my brew, and I think it made sense to put it in the sideboard. Also, really totally fine to mill over to help count towards your terror and curve, and then it still counts towards your curve after you flash it back. That's cool.
That was a card I thought about. But I was like, in my list, I was like, I don't have any. It literally doesn't do anything in the yard.
Like, there's no white creatures to tap.
So that was my only one problem with it.
Yeah. I have so I have 3 copies of Prismatic Strands, 4 Weather the Storm, 4 Dispel. Just get some hard counter magic in there.
It's good to have that cheap magic, like counter magic, when you're trying to do a bunch of stuff. I think that's kind of the idea of the Terror decks, being able to do a bunch of stuff with a really cheap mana.
Yeah. And then I think my spicy part of the sideboard is I also have 4 Sacred Cats, but they are sitting in the board. So if I
why the sideboard?
Because I wanted to. I think that it's a straight 4/4 swap against the red decks of taking out Serpentine Curve and bringing in the Sacred Cats, because Serpentine Curve is always going to be 4 mana, which is a lot to invest for something that might not be very big when you have in this deck, when you have the earliest option to play it and you need it to be in play and block or present any sort of clock to race the red decks. And Sacred Cat, with this being a Basilisk Gate deck, can help you actually like be ahead on that and then be able to build up your board from there. So
there is also one more card that I did consider for mine. The card's Temporal Spring.
Yeah, I
so
thought about that one.
So this is a really cool like boomerang effect, but like being able to put it on top of their library is like even just more backbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
But again, not trying to like. It's a 3-mana card in my list, and I've already tried to play 3-mana cards like Moment's Peace and stuff like that.
Yeah,
where I think Moment's Peace is going to be more of a card beneficial to winning the game than I think Temporal Spring is. So. But it was the card I thought about.
Hell yeah.
I like that. You could, yeah, that's a direction we definitely could have went to, is just like hard on boomerangs and temporal springs, but that might lend itself better to something straight Simic.
Yeah, you might be able to get away with like having a full on like actual Ponza package at that point.
Mm-hmm.
You could boomerang on 2, temporal and Thermokarst on 3, and then Mulvanium 4. It's pretty gross.
Also, with the Sacred Cats, though, if those are in main board, they can help you cast these damn Battle Screeches. Because if you're only flashing these back, you only have Raise Alarms to flash them back besides the Battle Screeches themselves. So if you're milling them over, but again, you're not super heavy mill at all.
Right. They'll show up. It'll be fine.
Yep, they'll be fine. No, these all look sweet. These are all really cool.
Yeah. Maybe we should do battle with them at some point.
Maybe so.
I think that would be fun.
That would be.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know when, because we have busy schedules, and well, I think mine's slowing down soon-ish, which is nice.
Mine is. I assume you're talking about Thursdays.
Yeah.
I'll come to a Thursday.
No, I mean, we could bring something like this to the Thursday local, but I'm thinking if we wanted to,
really funny.
If here's what I'll put out, and we'll see how the room takes it. Maybe at some point we'll put out a poll. Folks in Discord could pick which list they would want to see, and then we all hop on a webcam and go through a league or something.
This one is guaranteed to win. I would almost assure you that. I would bet.
I don't know about that.
I would bet money that Thomas is the one people want to see the most.
You did cook the hardest.
This is really hard cooking.
I cooked. I hope I cooked. Oh God.
You tell Thomas to brew something, and he'll whip out the whole kitchen.
He does. He does pull out the kitchen.
I like brewing. I like deck building a lot. I can't necessarily say this is anything, that it's, maybe I bet you could 3-2 with this thing. Maybe
we literally went up the spice scale. Like mine's like pretty tame. Cameron's is going a bit further, and yours is just like full on. We pulled out the full seasoning cabinet.
Yeah, we've blasted the doors off.
For our white elephant brew, you made mine so spicy I couldn't even eat it. So. It's too hot for me. I couldn't handle the hotness. I know I couldn't handle the hotness. I do too, but not that spicy. Damn. I do like the interaction of the Swarm Keeper and many partings. That's really cool. So if you're able to,
me too.
It's just it just says token.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's really cool. There's this other 1-mana green creature. This was a lot of this is from that like mono green Saproling tokens deck that top 8'd a challenge like months ago.
Yeah.
That I still think about every time I close my eyes. There's this other single mana green common from one of the first. I think it's the first Modern Horizons set. It's called Glimmer Baron. It's first or second. It might actually be Modern Horizons 2 actually.
I think it's
because that's the green blue token theme. I think is Modern Horizons 2 draft. I think
you might be right.
But it's called Glimmer Baron. It's a single green mana. I think for a 1/2 or an 0/1 or something. But it says sacrifice a creature. It gets +2/+2 until end of turn, or a token. Excuse me, I butchered it. Sacrifice a token. Get +2/+2 until end of turn. A really cool, just like burst damage sort of creature.
Wait a minute. Can we get in?
It's like Arcbound Ravager and Old Infinity.
Can we get in the space? I was going to say, can we get in the space and find? Is there a fling in green?
Is there a fling in green?
Is there a
well, if it has trample, ram through's kind of a fling,
but yours is not. Like Glimmer Baron.
Is Rancor a fling?
Rancor is a not a fling. No.
But that's a good card in the deck, I'm sure.
No, you've given your territory.
Yeah.
You can. Oh no, Rancor's sick. Rancor's sick because here's the card I've been also really thinking about is what is it? Brave the Wilds. What is it?
Brave the Wilds.
We're doing this live. Brave the Wilds from Wilds of Eldraine. It's a single green mana for a sorcery. It has Bargain, which means if you sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token, you can get an additional effect. It's a single green mana sorcery to search for basic land and put it into your hand. But if you bargained it, you get to. Do you get to untap it? No. If you did bargain it, you get to make one of your lands a 3/3 with haste.
Well, that's
like
cool.
Permanently.
That's
Like not just until end of turn. It just turns one of your lands into a 3/3 with haste. So Rancor is a sick bit. This is why this is another thing I'm excited about with many partings. Just sacrifice the food and turn your land into a 3/3 and just boom, just hit them. And you've already your like your Swarmwood or your Glimmer Baron and boom boom, just like mono green like hyper aggro, and then like Sprout Swarm makes tokens and you get your Bayou Groff in there, and like this is the space I'm cooking in right now.
I like it. I like the token.
Rancor is cool in there, but is there
really cool.
is there a monstrous emergence? And then so I have so many ideas now. The monstrous emergence is so cool. Oh man,
that's funny.
This is how my brain works. This is why I like this so much.
When you make a deck list, Thomas, does the deck list start at like 80 cards and you're just like cutting down from there?
Sometimes.
That's what I imagine.
Sometimes it gets to like 50, and then I'm like, and then I have a list of like 20 on the side that are like, these are going to be the last 10 of these are going to work, I guess.
That's hilarious.
Okay, we're looking for green flings. Oh, Horrific Assault is cool.
I was just looking at token stuff now.
Because Horrific Assault is cool if you go in this direction with Eldrazi, because you can also play like Malevolent Rumble, Writhing Chrysalis. That's kind of cool.
It does make tokens. Writhing Chrysalis makes tokens.
Yeah, Writhing Chrysalis makes tokens. That's why Impact Tremors was part of that red-green list that was spotlighted.
That's pretty sweet.
I don't think there's an actual fling, but ram through with a big trample creature is probably the closest thing we have.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I was saying like that would be pretty sweet with kind of in y'all space.
Yeah,
which I'll get going on.
Really cool, cool stuff, fam. I like your guys' decks a lot too. I think that they're very, very fun. I would play all of these decks.
These all seem sweet.
Look at us cook. Look at us cook, fam.
Mm-hmm. Cameron, did you have any additional thoughts of whether you would, after talking about your list, if you would have anything for the sideboard? If you had any like early contenders, did we talk about that? I'm sorry.
No, definitely Rare Revelation's a really cool sick include. And then you could also do like the Dust to Dust route, or I was even thinking you could play something like Ancient Grudge, because you are a Gates deck, so there's nothing stopping us, Thomas, you and I. Well, maybe you, because you're playing 16 lands like a psychopath.
No, that's stop the count. It's 18 now. Look, you can look, everyone at home can click on the link. It says 18. It says 18 lands.
That's hilarious, but
I don't know what you're talking about. It's always been 18 lands.
Crazy.
So there's nothing stopping us from playing both color blast. So we could play red blast and blue blast in our boards.
Sure.
Which is again like the advantage of being the Gates deck. And if we also wanted to lean heavier into that part, we could be playing Guardian of the Guild Pack too. Like if we want to sideboard Guardian of the Guild Pack for whatever reason, we can do it.
That's kind of cool.
But that's where I was kind of leaning in my sideboard. Like the blast effects have the Dust to Dust. I was thinking maybe Ancient Grudge if I wanted to really lean into like this mill theme, because we can name a gate for red and it's okay.
Yeah.
Or I could play Heap Gate and filter for mana, but I didn't want to play another colorless land in my 3-color deck. So
right, that's one of the reasons my deck is only playing three Basilisk Gate. But also, I think that my deck, if it works, it will be able to do a lot of damage just naturally going wide a little sooner, and then like the Basilisk Gate doesn't necessarily need to be like a consistent push. It can be like, all right, help the last like 1 to 2 pushes at the end, I think. So
No, I get that. Here, 1 second. Mom?
Yeah.
Say hi.
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 There you go. There's Edna live on the pod.
Don't disrespect your mother like that.
No, I'm not disrespecting her. I just wanted her on there.
Who said that?
Thomas said, "Don't disrespect your mother like that." Like, that's not disrespecting. It was funny. She said, "Who said that?" She's like, "Who's sticking up for me?" That's funny.
Thanks, Thomas.
You're welcome,
She said, "Thanks, Thomas." I don't know if you heard that. That's funny. But yeah, no, she was walking by, so I'm like, all right, my mom's never been on the podcast. Here's an opportunity.
we love Cameron's mom.
We do love Cameron's
Mama Schindler
mom.
is very good
We
people.
really do. A great person. Strands was nice, but again, I just wasn't super heavy in white. You're playing more white creatures now. You have the Sacred Cats, and you have the Raise the Alarms. Or I guess the Sacred Cats in your sideboard. But you have, you're not a ton of white creatures either. But see, you're getting risky with these Strands and Battle Screeches, man.
I think it's fine.
I kind of like it.
I think it's going to be just fine. And in the games where you really want prismatic strands, then you probably don't mind the
Also
Sacred
want the
Cats
Sacred
either,
Cats.
you know? So
That is true. Like if you're
Yeah.
playing against Burn, you're probably bringing in the Strands too.
Well, Strands is also just good against like generic creature aggro deck too, because you can just, even if they're a multicolor deck like Slivers or something, like you can get into spots in combats where you name green or white and it just totally blows out their entire combat step. You know, like it comes up,
man.
and in those spots, Sacred Cat's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I'm like, do you bring it in against Card Clan Shaman decks because you are a token deck? But
Prismatic
that only
Strands?
really buys
Probably.
you-
Maybe.
Yeah.
It buys you one turn, if that. Because like if they do it on their turn, you flashback for Strands, they more than likely could just wipe your board again.
You know, it'd be really good against your deck, Thomas.
What?
My one copy of Holy Light.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
It doesn't kill the Raise
You
the
gotta
Alarm
find it, though.
and battles. Yeah, I know, but it's
a
still,
lot of the tokens. Actually, the only creature tokens. The only creature tokens are Raise the Alarm and Battle Screech, besides Serpentine Curve and the Eldrazi Alpha Malevolent Rumble.
Oh, I was
So-
talking about if I can snipe your Cloakwood and like
Oh, the Swarmkeeper. I don't know if you'll be able, if it's Swarmkeeper on one.
if you get the Stormkeeper.
Yeah. I have
Actually, Holy Light not that good against.
Yeah, not actually.
I
Holy Light
retract
not
my statement of
against
Holy
things.
Light being good.
Yeah, you forgot the clause of non-white. It'll be fine because again, like I said, he's not casting these Battle Screeches from the graveyard.
I beg to differ, but
right.
we'll see.
Cool.
Within our brew off, we need to do a like brew tournament sometime where like we just get some people together and we have like a little Pauper tournament somewhere. Like we could do like 8 people at our apartment.
Yeah.
And just do like a little like eight people round robin would be a pretty fun night. Like that would be a fun Saturday.
Yeah, that would be fun. Do you think everyone brings a brew and then you get someone else's brew and you go and you fire it off?
Ooh. Well, maybe play your own brew for that too, because
Sure.
people are proud of their babies too.
Sure.
And then we could do like little fun like rewards for like spiciest deck too. So it's not just like, ooh, I won the most games by playing the most closest deck I could do to stock.
Yeah.
But have like a little spice, and we could make spicy food because we're brewing. We're cooking.
I love it.
Cool.
Any closing parting thoughts for Bant Terror?
This was
Here you go, Elliot.
yeah. Here you go, Elliot. I hope another satisfied email customer. No, this was a blast. It was really fun.
He's paying you? He's not paying me.
No, this was a really fun. I mean, as y'all can hear from my tone of voice, I love this sort of stuff. It was really fun.
Oh,
and
for sure.
very fun to play off of this joke that we've been making for almost 2 years now. So thank you all.
How did it start?
How did it start?
I think like what was the worst combination of colors we could come up with for Terror? I think was the joke. And this was what we came up with. Like every other combination
Of all the blue combinations.
Yeah, all the blue combinations. I think that was the worst one we could come up with.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. No, this was a lot of fun. Thank you all so much for being so freaking cool and putting up with her stupid jokes like this.
For sure.
But you know, you got to be careful because sometimes you get a whole podcast episode out of it. So
It's true.
yeah.
Yeah, right. Next episode is episode 100. I'm really excited. We've been hitting on this for a while that we're gonna do 100 interactions we love in Pauper. So I know that we've been a little from, I guess, like 4 weeks of our podcast. We did 2 of them are cube episodes, and we did like one really deep dive into the current meta, and then we did this like jokey episode of like the Bant Terror. It's something we want to do for a while. So I think episode 100 will be a very nice Paupers.
Agreed.
I agree.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited for I almost said tomorrow. Let's not do this tomorrow.
No, that's next week. That's next week, baby. Yeah.
And we're at I believe last week we were at 98 reviews for episode 98.
Oh, there we go.
And this week we're at 99 reviews. So y'all are really not messing around when I said keep it scaling to the episodes. So we're gonna have easily 100 by then.
Well,
so that's gonna be
well
sick.
done. Well done, legions.
Yeah, so we couldn't do it without y'all. Thank you, big time.
Yeah, y'all rule.
Hell yeah.
If you made it this far, thank you so much for listening. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, you can send them to commongroundmtgpod@gmail.com, or you can join our Discord and tell us how much you hate us and or enjoy us. It won't hurt my feelings. Maybe a little bit. I am pretty fragile. Don't test that. Yeah. We like to roll with y'all's questions, episodes, ideas, and stuff, and shout you out for it, and then get inspired by y'all. So we really appreciate when y'all do that. It's really cool. Mm-hmm. That's all I gotta say. Oh, for the person who called they said Rage the Machine cringe. You're donkey cringe. Okay, that's all I got.
Hell yeah, brother!
I love it.
Thank you all so much for listening. We'll catch you next time on the big 100. Holy crap.
Go yell at your dishwashers. The machines, not the physical dishwashers. Yes, peace out, bye.
Yeah. Grapple with the past was...
Maybe, yeah.
Go ahead.
Nope.